This conference will now be recorded.
So generally, for example, this is ground floor. We placed the column, okay? And for the column, we should have the foundation thing in the structure. Let's say I am going to the ground floor. So foundation should always be below the ground floor. For example, according to this drawing, right? Let's say another 3 feet, I want to go down. This is my ground level. I want to go this column 3 feet below. Let's say I can say 1 meter below. Okay. Select the column. When you select the column, if you see project browser, base level, top level, and base offset, top offset. These four options are the very important thing. Here, when I select the column, base offset is there. Here I will give the -1 meter. Let's say 1000. It going down. Okay. If I give the top offset, it will go above the level, above the first floor. Let's say, for example, I'm going to give the top offset for our understanding. See, it will extend above the level. Okay. So now what I'm doing, top offset should be 0 here. Okay. Bottom is the, I'm giving the -1000 to go down. Okay. I want to do this same kind of the activity for the all columns. I will go to the floor plan in the project browser. Here you can see the structural floor plans. Go to the ground floor. I need to select all columns to assign this base offset. Now I want to select all columns in this project. I can do different methods. I will show first method. Just I will select all object in the drawing. Okay. When I click like this, I able to select all column except these two things. Why these two things are not selected? Need to check it. See, I selected this column, not I am unable to select it. Okay. So here I will come to the bottom right corner of this Revit. If you see here, pin option is there. Select pin element. It is blocked. I will unblock it. Okay. I will try to select. So what we can see? We can see the pin symbol. Pin means we have given the fixed location for that object. I don't want to move this object. I don't want to disturb this object. So that I selected the object. I went to the modify. I given the pin. Now, if I unpin here in the modify, we have the unpin option is there. Okay. Select it and unpin. Then I can able to select all. If you pin the object, if you block pinned elements, you cannot select it. This is nothing but freeze in AutoCAD. Okay. So always remember, if something is not select, go to the bottom right corner and check for these options. Here pin, unblock. Okay. And now I want to select all objects. See, let's say I'm going to select here. So here, what is my intention is, I want to select the columns to give the base offset. So, but what happened? All objects are selected which are available in my drawing. So now I want to filter columns from this all selected objects. So when I select all object, if you see the menu, I can find the filter. Okay, I click here. When I click here, see I can see what are the object I selected. I selected the dimensions, 7 dimensions, one elevation symbol, grids, 10 grids, and the structural column, 25 structural columns are there, and views means section view. Okay, what I do here, I will check none. Now I selected nothing. Now I want to select the structure column. Okay, okay. Then I will go to the property. Here I will give the base level as a minus 1 meter. Okay. If you see in our elevation, all columns will go to the below the level. So a simple thing. Don't worry about all this exercise. My intention is only one thing: how to change the base offset. That's it. If you want to change something behind the levels, select the object, change it in simple way. Now I'm going to the ground floor. Okay. For all these columns, I want to place a foundation. I'm going to the structure. Okay. To place the column, which command we have chosen? Column command we have chosen. Okay. Now I want to choose a foundation isolated. You can see by observing this icon also you can identify what we are going to do it. So Revit is such a easy tool to start. Okay. See now when I place my mouse, I can see what we are going to do. Now I want to place this foundation to the column. Just I'm going to select it. Okay. Here I need to choose the what size of the foundation I need to create it. Okay. See, putting rectangular size is 1.8 meter, 1.2 meter, 0.45 meter. Okay. So this foundation I want to make it. For example, here instead of the 1800, 1200, 1200, I want to make the 1000 by 1000 into 500 foundation. What I need to do? I need to create the new type. Remember, type nothing but a size. If you see this screen, let's say for if in the column 600 by 1200, it's a size. Each size we are calling as a type in the Revit. What is the type? Type means different size in the respective layer. Okay. Here I will go to the edit type. I will make duplicate the name. I'm going to give the 1000 width, 1000 length, and thickness is 500. Okay. Right. Foundation thickness, how much I need? 500. Width, how much I need required? 1000. Length, 1000. In the type, I'm giving the name here. Okay. And then in dimension, I'm changing the value of the sizes. Okay. Now I'm making the okay. Okay. So when I select this footing, I'm getting this to see multiple at grade and at column. I want to place my foundation at the column. Okay. So what I do, I will select the option at column and I select all columns like this. Okay. I will make finish. See now what will happen. If you go to the 3D view, you can see the all foundations below the column. Got it? Let's say I want to change the size of this foundation. I'm not happy with size. It's not according to my design. Okay. I select any one of the foundation. I will go to the edit type. Here I'm not changing any names. Just I will change my sizes. Let's say for example 1600 by 1000 for example. I'm changing only one value. Okay. Observe what will happen. Go to apply. Okay. See now all foundations are changed at a time. Correct. If I do the duplicate, only one object can get created. If you change the value in the particular family, it will update for the entire project. If it is 1000 floors, 100 floors, 200 floors, whatever it may be, it will get updated directly. Okay, now I'm going to select the foundation, edit type. I want to change into the foundation size 2000. Let's say this is the 1500. Just for testing. Okay, so footing will be updated. Got it? If you go to the any one of the elevation, you can see the footing. Still, for example, somebody may get different doubt here. We have the foundations with the different shapes. How to get it that? So those kind of the foundation we need to create ourselves in the module called family creation. We will discuss that later. Right? So now I placed the column and foundation. Is it clear for everyone? I'm going to change. Okay. Here, after placing the foundation, I want to place the beams. Let's say, what is my column size? 700 by 700. Now I will go to the structure. I'm going to choose the beams. How simple it is. To place a column, I'm choosing the column. To place a foundation, I'm choosing the foundation. To place a beam, I'm choosing the beam. Everything is there. Only thing is we need to read what is that. Okay. Here I want to draw the beams. In the beam, again we have the different kind of the beams. Steel beams and concrete beams. Now I am choosing any one of the beam. For example, this is 300 by 600 beam. If you want to know different size, go to the edit type, duplicate, give the name and change the dimensions. Okay. So in same way, I want to select, I'm going to the 300 by 600 beam. Okay. So here I'm starting my beam from something like after foundation like this. Okay. See, when I draw this beam we will get the bottom of the level. Okay. Now I want to see one section here. I will go to the view and draw the section. Creating the sections in Revit is very easy. Just let's say first part, second part. Right click, go to view. When you draw one section, the section drawing will get created in the sections in the project browser section. Okay, whatever you draw, how many sections you draw, it will save in the sections folder. Okay, right click, go to view. Can you see? This is my crop boundary, the section. Here you can see the beam. Okay, so beam we are getting. I draw the beam in the ground floor. I am getting the beam in the bottom of the level. Okay. To draw the beams for the ground floor, I need to go to the first floor. Why? You can understand. When you draw the beam in the respective level, it will go to the below the level. Or you can directly, you can select in the section, go to the move, you can move into the top. See, I'm trying to move top, but I am unable to move here because here we have the constraint option. Constraint means straight. Yesterday we discussed ortho on, ortho off. If I remove it, I can make it. Okay, disjoin, it will disconnect the properties. Just I'm going to move like this. Okay, so now I'm going to the first floor to draw my beams. Now I can see my beams in the
మేము వాళ్ళ కనకాడ ఏమైంది నీకు
just
ఇక
the structure.
తెగింది
Select the
నేను ఇప్పుడే వస్తా
okay.
రవి ఆడ
Select the
హెడ్
beam,
ఫోన్స్ ఉన్నాయి ఇంటికి
right? See, now I want to draw beam like this. Can you see? Now I'm going to copy this beam. Select it, copy multiple times, select base point parallel to the next level. Can you see? I want to copy, I want to delete it to maintain the uniformity. I will take this column, go to the copy, first point, 1, 2. Remember, see, if you are getting this double headed magenta color arrow means it's a parallel. If I move mouse to the side, I'm getting the cross symbol. Okay, it should be straight, double-headed arrow symbol, and if you see the angle 90 degrees. Okay, if I go to the 3D view, now I can see the beams. Clear? So now, how to draw the column, how to draw the foundation, how to draw the beams. It's clear. This is just I'm giving one example, but according to project, you have to make your own model. Now I'm coming to the ground floor. See, so according to our requirement, if you see the structure, we place the foundation, footing, and the columns, beams. This is a very basic requirement for the any building. Now it's clear for everyone. Okay.
Hello.
Yes, please.
Beams installation మళ్ళీ ఒకసారి చెప్పండి.
Beam. How to draw the beam?
Only
Right?
beam. Yes.
See, I will draw now outside. Okay. Now I'm in the ground floor. Okay. When I draw the beam, select the beam and choose the size of the beam here. Let's say this time I want to create the different beam. Let's say go to edit type, duplicate 400 by 600. The size of the beam. After creating the type, I will change the size in here 400 by 600. To draw the beam, here I am getting the draw commands. In the draw commands, I can see the line. See, first point, second point. Okay. So I want to extend this section here. If you go to the section, see this beam, you can see the below the level. Can you see if I extend? I'm getting the beam below the level. If I want to create the beams for the ground floor, I should go to the first floor. Okay. In the first floor, I'm going to take the same column 400 per. I'm going to draw one beam here. Let's see. Or in same way, I will draw here for our understanding. If you go to the section, see where I'm getting below the first level. Just to draw the beam wherever you want. Let's say I'm going to the first floor. I want to draw two beams. Take the beam, choose the size, take the type of the draw command. Let's say I want to draw the arc shape beams. Okay, I'm going to use arc. First point, second point, arc. Same like line. Now we will get the arc kind of the beams. Got it? Still any doubt? Simple. If you want to draw the beam, go to the structure, click on the beam icon and choose the type of beam here. Type nothing but a size. Okay, let's say 400 by 600. Okay, I will choose the any one of the drafting command, just a line, draw the beams, whatever we want. It's clear? See,
Okay, clear.
I can get the beams. Okay. It's clear for everyone. Any doubts still? Okay. Now, with the help of this structural model, I want to create the architecture model. Let's say, for example, in my actual construction, First I will finish my footings and columns and beams. Then I will start creating the, constructing the walls, doors, windows. In same process I'm following here. Okay. So with the help of this structural model, I want to start the architecture model. So now I am going to close this model first. How many floors are there? In this project, I created the, let's say, 3 floors. G plus 1, 2, 3. Clear? Now I am going to close it. Just go to the file, close. Okay. Now I want to create the architectural project. Go to the new. Okay. Browse for the architecture template. Here I'm going to use the metric templates. Templates, US metric, and select the default. Default nothing but architecture. Okay. Open. Okay. Again, I'm going to the file, save as project. In my folder, see, let's say training. Right. I want to create the file name like arc-1. This is my project. Again, I will go to the options. I will check my backups. I want to create only 2 backups. Now everybody understood what is the backup? Save. So this is my template. I save as into the architecture. Here I need to bring my structural model into this for the reference purpose. Okay. To bring my structure model into architecture, I will go to insert. Remember the command insert. Okay, it's nothing but xrep in AutoCAD, nothing else. Okay, xrep in AutoCAD. Go to the insert. Here you can find the link Revit. Okay, when you click on the link, I can choose my structure model. Select the structure model. Here position should be always origin to origin. It is a thumb rule. Just make it origin to origin. We have the different options, but now it's not a right time to discuss about it. Just we will go with the origin to origin. Remember this, just origin to origin. Then open. So what will happen? The structure model, I made it a link in the architecture model. If you go to the 3D view, you can see entire structure model here. Okay. If I go to the any one of the elevation, I can see all my levels in the link. Now, if we discuss about our thing in Revit project, whatever discipline it may be, we need to create the levels first. Correct? See, to create the levels, I want to go any one of the elevation. Here I am going to the south elevation. According to the levels which is available in the structure model, I want to create the same level in the architecture. Okay. By default, we will get the 2 levels. See, if I want to see only architectural things, I want to switch off this structural link. To switch off and switch on these links, we have the command called visibility graphics. Can you see in the property? Visibility graphics override. Or in the view, here visibility graphics override. Shortcut is VG. Okay. If you go the visibility and graphics, here you can see the Revit links. Okay. If you switch off here, you can switch off the structure model. This complete structure model we inserted as an entity. This is the external reference, nothing else. If I want to switch on, go to the view visibility graphics, and here you can switch on it. Let's say now I want to match my levels heights according to the structure. Okay, I want to extend. Just to select the level, drag and drop like this. Okay, So in the architecture, I have the 4-meter height. In the structure, I have the 3-meter height. I want to make it the 3 meters. Select the level and go to change the elevation into the 3 meters. It's aligned to the structure. Correct? Again, I want to draw other levels. Go to the architecture. In datum, we have the levels. Remember, we should go any one of the elevation. If we enter into the elevation drawing only, you can able to draw the levels, which is very, very important. Okay, select the level. Okay, when you select the level here, I can see draw commands. In draw commands, we have the line and pick line. So line we discussed already. I can draw the line. Okay, but here already my levels are there. I want to follow the same levels. I will use a pick line command. Pick line, remember. Okay, so I will choose the pick line. Just I will click on the existing line. Directly it will convert into levels. See, this side I got it. Okay, now I want to switch off my structural model. I can go from here to the visibility graphics. We will discuss more about the visibility graphics step by step. It's a continuous process. Okay, remember visibility graphics. I can go from here, or I can go in view and visibility graphics, or I can use the shortcut as a VG. Select. Okay, in the link, I want to switch off the structure. Can you see? All levels I created here. The same levels created in the floor plan. Level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4, level 5. See, level 1, 2. But here I have the names left side. I want to right side. Select the level and click on the square box. Select it, box. Select, box. Okay. Select, uncheck the square box. Uncheck, uncheck. So if you observe these grids, when I select the grids, I am getting the one lock symbol. Correct? When you select any grid, I am getting the lock symbol. So what is the meaning of this lock symbol is, for example, I selected this grid, I want to extend. Just I am holding the small circle, I am dragging. See, all three, whatever I drawn, I can able to extend. These are not extending. I want to align with this. Again, I will lock this symbol. When I get the tracking line, it get locked. Okay. Now, if I move this, if I drag this levels, I can extend all levels. But I don't want to extend all levels. I want to extend only one level. Select it, unlock. Then I can able to only drag one level. Okay. See, I want to align it. Select one grid level, hold the small circle and drag and drop. Okay, this is to extend simultaneously all levels, nothing else. Right? Now I created the all levels in the architecture. Okay, so now I want to rename this. Select. What is this? Our ground floor, correct? Yes, it will get renamed here. What is this? Same process. Whatever we have done in the structure, we have to do here. Select it. Row. Done. Now I want to start my architecture from the ground. Okay, I will go to the ground floor. Here I will start it. See, in the section drawing, I removed the structural model. Just I switch off the structural model. If you go to this ground floor, it is already active. Okay, this means each line item in the project browser is a one different drawing. Okay, let's say for example, so far I am working in the south elevation. This is one elevation drawing. I am coming to the ground floor. It is another floor plan. It will behave as a different drawings. For example, now I am working with the AutoCAD. In AutoCAD, if I want to create the floor plans, for each floor I create the different drawings. Ground floor, first floor, second floor, like this. For elevations, east elevation, north elevation, south elevation, all different drawings. So all different drawings merged together in the project browser. Each line item is here, one drawing. Remember this. Okay. Now I am coming to the ground floor. Here I can draw my architectural thing. Okay. Now I am going to shade for our better understanding. These are my columns. See, when I move my mouse onto the link is getting highlighted. So I don't want to these kind of the disturbances. So I want to block it. Just I will go to the bottom right corner of the Revit. I will block this link, select a link. If I block it, I cannot select this. Same like pinned objects, correct? And this location will be fixed here. Now I will go to the architecture and start my walls. So let's say first I will go to with the exterior walls. Okay. In the architectures, choose the wall. Again, draw commands, modify commands. Here I can choose a different thickness of the walls. Okay. Generally, here in the wall, I'm choosing the 300 mm of the wall as an exterior. Okay. Here we should remember, see, basic wall, it's a one type, and where we are going to draw it in the base constraints, nothing but base level, ground floor, where it should be reached second level, correct? Ground to first floor. Okay. If you see this property here, you can see the unconnected height. Means what is the height between the ground floor to first floor? 3 meters we have given, right? So here we need to adjust base constraint and top constraint, which is very important. Okay, now I want to draw my wall. See, generally how we construct the wall from between column to column, correct? See, one wall, second wall, third wall, fourth. But generally what we do, we construct our exterior walls to align to the column of the exteriors. Generally, let's for example, I want to align this wall to the column edge. So which command I need to use? Go to the modified and align command in the modify. Select it. This is my target and source. It will get aligned. Okay. Target and source. If I want to do at a time, go to the align command. Here you can see the one option called multiple alignment. Select it. If you select target one time is enough. A number of times you can choose the source. Okay. Now architecture, wall. Okay. Choose the size of the wall and base constraint, top constraint, and draw the wall. Let's say 1, 2. Okay. Say now I am getting the continuous wall. I don't want to continue. Here you can see the option called chain. If you remove it, okay, it will stop point to point. See now 1, 2, directly make it. So I will show the difference here. Wall, okay, without chain. First point, second point, getting disappear, right? Okay, now again wall, line with the chain. See, I'm getting continuous. Observe the difference. Okay, this is the, so now I will go to the wall. Okay, I remove the chain. First point, second, first point, second point, first point, second point, first point, second point. Instead of doing like this, can I copy it? Yes, I can copy. When I select this wall, go to the copy, first point, parallel to the second. Now I created exterior walls. Okay, I want to align this. Go to the modify, align. I will choose the multiple alignment, edge to 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so here also go to the align, 1, 2, 3, 4. You have to practice it. Okay, go to the align command, target, source, 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 source. Now if you go to the 3D view, you can see the our 3D view, right? Can you see? Pan. Pan means you have to hold the scroll and drag. This is my exterior walls. But if you see the things, when you go to 3D view, my wall is reaching top of the beam. Correct? So when you select the wall, it's reaching top of the beam, but it is not correct. Our wall should stop below the beam. Here, what is our beam size? If you select the beams, I can able to, I'm going to unblock. I want to select the beam here. Okay, if I select the beam, what is happening? Entire link is getting selected, but I want to select only one beam. Just to place the mouse and use the tab key. Hit the tab key. It gets selected. You can see the size of the beam here. 300, 600 is the height, right? So tab key means in the keyboard you can see this here, tab key. Just we need to hit the tab key here. Okay. So now this wall should come 600 to the down. Okay. So I selected the wall. In the top constraint, I am going to give the top offset. How much? Minus 600. What is happened now? It's reaching below the beam. Something wrong here. Need to check. Our beams are middle of this column we drawn. That is the reason we are unable to check it. Okay. So we need to draw the beams properly. Just I am giving instructions. Okay. If I draw the walls in the center of the columns, we will get the exactly below the column like this. So now I want to select all walls here. Select all walls and here give the top offset minus 600 at a time. Now you can see the all walls below the beam. Can you see? Okay. Here I want to explain one more option. For example, I want to see only this portion in the 3D. Just to select this portion and in the view you can see the selection box. See, if you select these two objects, go to the selection box, you can see only that particular part in the 3D. Okay, you can make the orbit by holding the shift key in the keyboard. So you can extend by dragging this grips. Wherever you want, you can check the 3D. This is the 3D section box. For example, if you want to remove this box, in the property, section box is there. If you uncheck it, everything we can see. Okay. If you go to the ground floor, you can see the our floor plan. Now I want to draw internal walls with a different rooms. For example, now I want to go to the architecture. I am choosing the wall. In the wall, I can choose a different size of the wall as an interior. Okay. Now let's say I want to draw the 150 mm wall as an internal. Okay. 150 mm of wall internal. So I'm going to select the architecture and wall. Here I cannot see 150 mm wall. Can you see anyone? No. So I need to create the 150 mm wall. How can I create 150 mm of the wall? Means it's again different type. Okay. Just go to the edit type. Again duplicate this wall. Here make it the 150 mm name. Okay. Go to the structure here. Remember, go to the structure. Here I will change the size 150. Okay. Now, okay. Now this 150 mm wall create. To create the different size, we need to edit type, duplicate, and change the size in the structure. Now I want to draw the wall like this. Center of the center. For example, right? This is the 150 mm. Whether it is 150 mm or not, I want to check it. Just to go to the annotate dimension. First point. See, now I cannot select this edge of the wall. If you want to select the edge of the wall, in the options you need to choose the face. Okay, wall face. Okay, yeah. Face and face 150 mm. Right. So if I want to measure this wall, go to the dimension, choose the face of the wall. We can measure the wall thickness like this. Let's say for example I want to measure this room distances. Go to the dimension, face of the wall to face of the wall. Okay, this distance, face of the wall to face of the wall. Okay, now let's say I want to okay here I want to change into the this wall distance 7,000, let's say 6,800. I want to change the dimension. Select the wall. When you select the wall, here we can get highlighted by the dimension. We need to select highlighted dimension. Let's say I want to make 6,800, 6.8 meters. This wall will shift it to this, or else if you want to draw this wall to match the inside column edge, go to the modify, use the align command, choose the edge of the column and then wall. Okay, so if you want to draw something according to the dimension, first to draw the wall, place the dimension, select the wall. Okay, click on the dimension, make it 4,500. Okay, if you want to make the 4,700, 4,700, you have to select the object first. Understood? See, now I want to align this edge. Go to the modify, align command. This align is very important command. Okay, select the edge of the column, select the edge. Right? See, if you observe the things, wall directly connecting each other. Let's say, for example, I'm going to draw one wall here. This is one wall. This is one wall. If I use the modify command, trim to corner, directly it will get connected. For example, you don't want to extend until this wall. Okay, just select it, drag and drop offset, and go to the modify, with the align command, align, align. See, go to the modify, align, and edge of the wall, align. Can you see? If you want to draw something according to dimension, first draw the object, then place a dimension and adjust. This is one, right? Again, generally, if you see any wall, whether it is exterior, interior, we have the different portions like this. For example, I'm going to explain. This is my wall. Okay. I want to add the plastering to this wall. Let's say this is total 300 mm. This is 25 mm, 25 mm plastering, and in between, how much we can see? 250 mm. Correct. So I want to create this kind of the wall. What I do, just I will select the wall here. I will go to the edit type. So here what I'm doing, I'm editing the wall. I'm not creating the new type of wall. For anything, we should go into edit type. Here in the structure, go to the edit. I want to add the two layers here. Insert, insert. 25 mm and 25 mm. Okay. How much it should be? 250 mm. See the order of the layers. 250 mm, 25, 25. If I make OK, so all walls created into the different layers, but I am unable to see here. If you want to see these layers, we need to go into the detail level. Okay, detail level. In detail level, I'm going to use a fine. If you use a fine, I can see the different layers. But I need the layer one side exterior, one side interior. Select the wall again. Go to the edit type, structure, select one layer and use the key down. Make the order as we require. Okay, okay, right? Now I want to assign the material to this wall. In between, I want to add the brick. Other side, some plaster. Okay, select it. Go to the edit type. In the structure, let's say I want to add the material here. Okay, go to the material. When you click on this browser, we will get the material library. Okay, here I want to choose the brick material. See, in the material list, I can see the brick. Okay, okay, okay. You can see the different hash with the brick. So where it is created, if you select this wall, go to the edit type. In the structure, here if you go to the browser materials, see, I selected the brick. All property of the material are listed here. Okay, this is a cut patterns. Foreground pattern brickwork. This pattern I can see there. If you don't want this pattern, if you want to change, click here and change the pattern here. Let's say for example, if I change this into this format, cross hatch, okay, 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 okay. So it's changed here. If you want to change any kind of the pattern, you have to change in the material itself. Go to edit type, click, okay. In the material tab, see, you have to click the right side. If you click the right side, you will get the browser symbol. Here you can change the hatch, where you can change cut pattern. Okay, let's say I want to go back brickwork. Okay, 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 okay. So now you can change the pattern, right? So let's say, for example, I want to add the different material to the plastering. Select it, go to the edit type, structure. For the plaster, I want to use some gypsum board, other kind of the things. Okay. So we need to select the material here. Let's say I want to use the clad white. Okay. And for this also same. Clad white. the material name. Okay, now I want to go to the 3D view. If you go to the fine and realistic view, you can see this material appearance. Okay, earlier it was only gray. Now we changed the material according to the latest. Can you see? For our better visibility, I will change the material for this internal wall. Select it, go to structure. Here I will change the, let's say, for example, I'm going to use this material, cherry. Apply. Okay. See, now you can see the different color of the wall. So colors we can get according to the our material availability. If I go to the shaded, you can give the little bit dull color. Realistic means you will get the realistic colors, rendered colors according to the material. This is a concrete. Okay, this is clay. Okay, this is cherry type of materials. Can you see? So this is the way to draw the architecture wall. Okay, so in same way you have to practice it.